you said your funds are committed already.
No, this I think there is enough funds to pay all this.
So why is it blockage? Why is it blocking? Is it from him, AFDB, or from here?
It's from AFDB because
He's here. He's here. So maybe that's the right point to start. Tell us why you are here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank Director, I think Director of PCU and Agriculture as well. Thank you for that. Just straight to the point. ATAPS is a project that has gone through a lot, but it's a big learning. It's a unique project in that sense. They have had the various challenges the bank has. We have to go out of our textbooks to try to find solutions. To typical one is like the dollar one that he said we have contracts that were naira denominated. Then there was a lot of happening in the country. These contracts were already 4 years old. We were thinking that the contract would close. They brought the application. It denominated them in dollar using the rate at the time of bidding, so that the contractors would be able to. But it was not realistic any longer. And these are things that most of the time we have to organize a big meeting for us to be able to. Because we as tax managers, what we have to do is just to look at the law, the rules. When you bring it, and they tell you that this is the rule says, and that's what the rules. That's what can be accommodated. That's what cannot be accommodated. But it's been a project that has got a lot of learning. I think that the project team has done quite well. There's been quite some acceleration. But I was telling him that there are two things that always you have to be mindful about when you're doing these projects. One, audit reports. Whether it's internal audit from your bank or the external audit that the project represents. And then second, what happens in our bank system, SAP. Because this is where the bank considers as a very objective way of looking at the project, not what the tax manager says, all the projects rights, not what the ministry writes, but what this
in the SAP, yeah.
What these are saying. And I was telling him that if you have a contract that is going on, and for a considerable period of time, there has been no disbursement of that contract, what it is interpreted as contractor is not on site.
That's the reality.
So then when you say that contractor, you would want to consider him for something, nobody looks at it. And that is one of the challenges that we have been having. I was having this discussion with him when I was coming in the car. And then also the audit reports. They've got the internal audit reports, the external audit reports they bring to us. Then the auditor is going zone by zone and giving some conclusions. So that is what our management says. Not what you show, not what you, not the, all the things that you say, but this is what objectively have been said. So every request that comes to us is screened through this. And then we also have, our professional level. We have what we can do. So for the specific one that you talk about, that is, what happened was that the contractors, the suppliers of the agro input were given contracts to supply one agrochemical and then fertilizers.
Let me ask you, what kind of if you ask them to supply inputs, I don't want to specify inputs, and today 2024, almost 2025, because in the US now what they said is 2025 cars. If you now go and buy 1999 or 2012 inputs, then we are not doing ourselves good. If you give a contract and somebody is bringing maybe cassava or wheat inputs, or I don't even know the chemicals people use, but if you don't use the most current one, then we're not helping ourselves. Our productivity will continue to drop. So if you are giving supplies, contracts, please give to them on the most current, what about the cost is, let's get the benefit of our money, it's a loan. So that it can generate, the problem is that you use the same, look at France, all those countries, they have small land. And what they produce, if they can produce big tons, our own is still small. I was taking it up with Simeon, Dr. Simeon, the DG of IIT. We are colleagues before, so I was saying, what are you doing here, Simeon? That even our cassava rice is still the same 3-4 metric tons. So if you are giving contract and then to supply inputs, because he mentioned supply, and they are bringing in old stuff that cannot move, because We produce children almost every year. I'm guilty of that too. If we are doing that, then we are not helping ourselves.
Yes, Director,
it's not these people that will help us, it is we.
Yes, this supply contract has already been consummated since 2023. So the thing is, even though the contract is 1 liter of chemical per farmer, but the recommendation in this thing was 4 liters for good agronomy.
Because the cost now you cannot bear the 4 liters. You cannot.
No, we have already given the farmer the 4 liters.
He's giving them 4 liters.
Yes.
What happens is not either the quality of the chemical or the timing. You know, the best agronomic practice recommendation was 4 liters per farmer per hectare. Unfortunately, the contract, kept 1 liter at the time of redemption. So it was on the field that the technicians observed that 1 liter is not the recommended, for it should
the
be
project design is supposed to take care of
yes, it should be 4.
Don't director.
No, let him finish. That it should be 4. And then we are already on the field and redemption was just about to begin. Then the stakeholders there just met, and that since the recommendation was 4 initially, let us give the farmers 4 liters, because what we are looking for and expecting is the production. So let us help them to get the best of production, and later we apply for the additional 3 liters already, which was in the recommendation. That was actually what happened. It's not either the quality or the
okay, that's fine. That makes sense. So what is the problem now? You don't want to pay?
So what the problem is now is this.
But when you are doing this thing, you were not maybe informed or carried along. So there is transparency issue there. If I'm not a saint, don't get me wrong.
When we won't carry out the mission,
These people
went around.
Okay,
we discussed with them. They said that it's very difficult, but if the Minister of Agriculture, the minister, approves, and then there is conference from finance. So
you need
we
my
did
conference.
that.
We have
No,
done
we did
it.
it. We have already done it. We have already said
So
let's hear from you.
Okay, so let me say that, this is something that we have been grappling with for some time. So what happened is that normally if you are doing addenda to contracts, you have to get an allocation. So we received contract addenda signed and sent to the bank without the bank's allocation. Now when we reviewed it, it was for 2 reasons we wanted to understand. The first reason is that we had had missions here. In fact, my director, Martin, had been here. We had gone to the field and all that. These issues never came up. So now suddenly, one issue to come up that they were to receive 4 liters, but the contract said 1 liter.
Not the whole team. Because for him to sign off, it will not be that tomorrow now when they hear that this man, Fregene, will hear. That is the simple stuff I came back to meet now. If you are doing something before, some people are sending texts to people here and there. So let's sit down. It's a very small office team, and then we can put heads together and see how we go about it. But I wish you a very productive mission and things on attack. And we hope that the food situation will improve. If it doesn't improve and your president goes, don't fail.
Maybe the new one will like a lot of things. I'll come back to the team.
Yes.
Then you will all hear. So the team will be able to see you all their comments or concerns.
So what is this? The solution is what we need.
We will see what can be done within the system that we have. And also, if I have any of my management persons around, I will have them. So that because they are the people that we send advice to. The DG.
Should I talk to the DG?
I can talk to the DG.
I'll take it up.
Or even if the director will talk to the DG, me, I will
take it up with
you.
You will also flag the mission report, which already flagged that they are not doing the right thing. Then by now we wouldn't be where we are. there would have been more information as to how to go about it. However, they have done what they want to do. I would like to see that
Dr. Kechu.
that not even that MOU. I mean, either agreement or MOU.
Agreement and agreement and
Let me read. Maybe I can come up with something there.
Doctor.